if your makeup looked better. 10 years ago, everyone will tell you it's because your skin changed. They're wrong. Your skin did change, obviously, but that's not why your foundation oxidizes by noon, or why your concealer settles into every fine line like it's drawing a roadmap of your face. The real reason is something the beauty industry has absolutely no motivation to explain to you. Walk into any Sephora or Ulta beauty store and look at the advertising on the walls. Count the faces over 40. You might find one, maybe two, usually a celebrity with professional lighting and digital retouching. Now think about what happens behind the scenes at the major cosmetics manufacturers in New Jersey and northern France. When a company develops a new foundation formula, they need test subjects. Real women who sit in laboratory chairs under fluorescent lights, while technicians photograph their skin at 1 hour, 3 hours, and 8 hours after application. Those testing panels skew heavily toward women between 18 and 35. That's whose skin the product gets calibrated against. That's whose oil production, pH level, and texture becomes the benchmark for what good performance looks like. This makes perfect business sense because younger consumers spend more on color cosmetics per year. But it means that the $40 foundation in your bathroom drawer was engineered to perform on skin that produces significantly more sebum than yours does. And that single fact cascades into everything. Silicone primers, the kind in those little tubes that promise to blur your pores and create a smooth canvas, work by forming a thin, flexible barrier on the skin surface. On a 28-year-old woman with normal oil production, that silicone barrier bonds with the skin's natural moisture and creates a genuinely smooth base. Foundation grips to it. It stays put through a 10-hour workday. But on mature skin with reduced oil output, that same silicone layer has nothing to bond with. It sits on top like a plastic sheet. Foundation slides across it instead of anchoring. It migrates into expression lines around the mouth and the delicate skin around the eyes. By 2 in the afternoon, your makeup has pooled and creased, and you're standing in a restaurant bathroom wondering what you did wrong this morning. You didn't do anything wrong. The second mechanism is even more maddening. Pigment oxidation, that infuriating shift where your carefully matched foundation turns orange or muddy 3 hours after you applied it, is directly connected to your skin's pH and oil chemistry. Cosmetic chemists working in formulation laboratories calibrate pigment stability for a specific pH window. They test how iron oxide pigments react with sebum over time, and they optimize for the pH range that shows up in their test subjects. Mature skin runs slightly more alkaline than younger skin, so the iron oxides in your foundation react at a different rate than they did on the 23-year-old lab technician who wore it for the stability test. The shade match you saw in the store mirror at 10 in the morning is genuinely gone by lunchtime, and the fix isn't buying a different shade. The shade was never calibrated for your skin chemistry to begin with. Then there's powder. Setting powders and powder foundations work by absorbing excess surface oil to prevent shine and keep everything locked down. That's useful if you're 25 and your T-zone gets slick by midday, but if you're over 50, your skin probably isn't producing excess oil anymore. So what does the powder absorb instead? Whatever moisture is left on your skin's surface. It pulls hydration out, and within an hour, every texture line and dry patch gets amplified. The powder that gives a 30-year-old a smooth matte finish makes a 55-year-old's cheeks look like tissue paper. And every YouTube tutorial telling you to set your foundation is giving advice designed for skin that doesn't behave like yours. None of this is hidden knowledge inside the cosmetics industry. Formulators at major beauty companies understand these interactions perfectly well, but reformulating products for different skin profiles at different life stages requires separate development cycles, separate testing panels, and separate manufacturing runs. That costs real money, and as long as the market doesn't demand it loudly enough, the economics don't justify it. But some brands have already figured this out. Korean beauty companies like Sulwhasoo and Laneige, along with certain European skincare lines from France and Germany, have been building hydration-first cosmetics for years. Instead of loading their bases with dimethicone and cyclomethicone, they use water and botanical oil systems that work with reduced sebum production instead of against it. Their pigment particles tend to be finer, designed to rest on the skin's surface, rather than sinking into texture and lines. The difference is visible within minutes of application and it holds through the afternoon. This isn't about spending more money or switching to some exotic brand. It's about reading the back of the bottle with different information than you had before. When you pick up a foundation at the cosmetics counter, flip it over and look at the first 5 ingredients. If dimethicone or cyclomethicone appears before water, that formula is silicone forward. It was built for oily, younger skin. Look instead for formulas where water or a plant-derived oil leads the ingredient list. Liquid and serum foundations generally outperform pressed powder formulas on mature skin because they deposit moisture instead of extracting it. And pay attention to who the brand actually photographs wearing their products. A handful of companies now test and shoot on women across a real age range, and that's not just inclusive marketing. It usually means their development team included older skin in the formulation process itself. Your makeup didn't betray you. It was never built for you in the first place. And once you understand that, you stop blaming your hands and start choosing formulations that actually match the skin you have right now. If this changed how you think about your makeup routine, hit subscribe. Every week, this channel digs into what the beauty industry knows but won't put on the label.